All right. Well, good evening. It's April 3rd, Sunday, 7 o'clock, 7:01 Central PM, 7:01 PM. So I thought I'd get a channel going. I've been trading for some time and just, I don't know, uh, just thought I'd do it now, and see where it goes. Right. So I'll be going over some of the positions that I have and just kind of what I think as far as the technical analysis and so forth, and I'll show what I have. I mean, you know, keep it honest and be accountable. Um, so yeah, so this is the first video for Zero Dark Trading. Um, I do have a Twitter page. I'll try to post it in the I guess the information of the video below somewhere. I'll put it there somewhere. Kind of new at this, posting videos. Haven't really done that on YouTube, so bear with me on the proper lingo and so forth. Right. So anyway, let's start with tech. I am big into commodities. Um, I'll trade whatever as long as I find a setup. Right. I can't. I only have a pair of eyes, one pair of eyes, so I can't see everything. I pick and choose and I stick with it, and and so forth, and I have my bad plays here and there too, and sometimes whatever. I'm human. Um, so yeah, here's tech resources, the monthly, going back to about I don't know mid 2006, and I'm seeing a pretty big breakout here in the monthly chart, right? And if we narrow it down a little bit, uh, the weekly, of course, the weekly's just, I mean, it's been ripping, right? Um, I do have these clouds. I think some of y'all are probably familiar with these Ripster clouds, since I'm using Thinkorswim. They're pretty good. My hats off to Ripster. Um, they come in very very useful, right? So this is the 820 and this is the 3450. That's pretty much what I have across the board on my time frames right now. So the 8, as we see here, right, the 8 is going to lie on top of the cloud, right, the little border on top, and the 20, which is what I use as the mean, like a 20 EMA, right, is the bottom of this border. Then you got the 34, which is the top part of this gray cloud, this border, and then the 50 is the bottom border of this gray cloud. And then of course I'll put the 200 SMA. It's a longer moving average, so I'll use the simple moving average on that. So weekly looks good. I think, I mean, we should continue with a move. Here's the daily. We were moving this past Friday, which was good, and I mean, I hopefully we get a continuation. You know, so, and this is what my position, right? I have 11 days. I got in. Let's see, March 30th. Yeah. So I had already charted it out, and I got in. I'm not very heavy. I don't need to trade heavy. Just try to compound the gains, and we'll trade heavy later or whatever. Um, so yeah. So this is my position. This isn't paper money or anything like that. This is my position. Um, and that's what I'm holding right now. So, I mean, if I narrow it down a little further, let's say to the 4 hour, let me put it on this one actually. Yeah, we even have a squeeze here. Hopefully, it fires off long. I mean, everything looks good. Friday it did shoot up pretty good, and you can see that. You can see that in the 5 minute. Right here, as we opened, I mean, it just went vertical in the 5 minute, and then it's tapered off and so forth. People took profits or whatever, you know. But then price started bouncing right back up. Right, again, this is a 5 minute, right? So going back to the 4 hour, everything looks good. I mean, will we retest the breakout again, come back down again? Yeah, possibly. If we do, I don't know. I'll usually take a look at the 30 minute, or here's the 30, right? Of course, if we get up here, um, let's see, I would just say, just for, some kind of point, price point, see if we do bust through or not. If we kind of hit it and bounce back, there is a chance that we could kind of come back a little closer to retest the breakout, I'd probably take profits and then reposition myself with longer expiry, maybe I don't know, 47 days and just right outside the money or something. It just depends you know what type of approach. And I usually, more than anything, like 95, 98% of the time, I'm taking swings, whether they're one day to the next swing, 1 week, 2 week swing, sometimes 3 weeks. I mean, it just depends. I look at my charts to tell me to, when to exit, pretty much. So that's tech, right? Let's take a look at another one. I'm not gonna go through a whole bunch of them. I don't hold too many positions, but here's VALE. Let me start with the monthly. I like starting with the bigger time frames, and that's how I view things. I go with the bigger. I mean, I can go with a quarterly or a yearly, but there's no need right now for this. The monthly, you can see how it did break out. It seemed like the monthly wanted to come back and retest. See if I remove this real quick. Kind of wanted to retest the breakout. It did, and start coming back up. So let's get a close up of that, right? And and I just put this. I just try to chart things out and just kind of get some kind of pivotal points or whatnot. So it looks like we're breaking out here. I usually like to have like a 3 touch on trend lines. Like here's 1, here's 2, and I usually like to have a third one. Not sure that we'll get it, but it is what it is, right? We can only go by what's painted on the charts. And here's the weekly. I would like to see price jump, I don't know, above this weekly candle, which was the week of March 7th. So let's say we get over that, right? If we don't, then we might come back into this little charting pattern. So we'll see. I'll keep an eye on this. Here's the daily right here, but I mean it all looks good. I mean, it looks pretty good. I don't know if there's any squeezes or anything. There's a squeeze, a 4-hour squeeze. From the looks of it, maybe it'll develop and fire off long. Who knows, right? So yeah, the 4-hour looks good. So the time frames I use, the bigger chart, bigger time frames, monthly, weekly, daily, and I start assessing my entry, within the 1 hour, 30 minute. Sometimes, I can go down to a 15 minute. It just depends, So, but that's where we're at. We're VALE, and this is, where's my position here? Okay, well, here's where I'm at. I'm a little heavier here than the tech position. That's what I'm holding so far. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what comes of it. Then LAC seems pretty interesting. Again, let's take it to the bigger time frame, the monthly here. This is a pretty good month of March, huh? So we did have a good November. October, November, came back down, got within the clouds right here and started bouncing up. You can see the buyers coming in here. Again, this is the monthly, right? You see these long wicks. Price did come down, but got bought back up here as well. So March was pretty good. In April, here we are, just starting the month. Then the weeklies looks great. Looks like the TTM squeeze here is painting a weekly squeeze. So, that's basically what I'm trading off of. Here's the daily. Friday was a little weak. It seemed like, we're busting out, but then it we retested, came back inside. We got back out of that breakout descending trend line right there, so we'll see. It's looking good though. The 4 hours right there, right above that trend line right there, here's the mean here. Price has a tendency to rip and then come back towards the mean. It seems like the mean is always like a magnet, pretty much, either from the upside or the downside. Price will sometimes, or well, most of the time rather, will come back towards the mean. Doesn't mean it has to come touch it. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it'll from the upside it will come back and touch it and then go below it. Kind of like here. So that mean is like a magnet. That's what I've been taught. I had a very good mentor, a very good teacher, and just want to kind of empower people, help people learn a bit more. If we can all learn together, I mean, it's a plus. Um, so so that's the 4 hour, and I mean, just for sake, the smaller time frames. Here's a 1 hour. Looks like there's a squeeze here developing in the 1 hour. So I mean, price looks good. And in LAC, I'm holding. I know I wasn't able to add. I keep missing because as I'm trading, I'm looking at other setups, and sometimes I get the pullback and I miss it to add. I mean, it happens, right? So this is what I'm holding right now in LAC. I did sell a little bit of premium. I think it was Thursday. It's hard to time these things, but I thought Thursday was going to be like the peak price before a little pullback, but then we kind of went back up Friday, and but I'm selling some premium. Barely have $5 there, So these are the ones I'm selling. I'm hoping within time these things erode a little bit more, a little bit quicker, if not. But I'm offset, right? I've got three short calls, and I've got 7 long calls that I'm selling. So even if price rips, yeah, these will go up. These will go against me, but I'm still offset, right? I'm not selling the equivalent amount of my long calls. So my long calls will still overpower these. I don't mind taking losses in this, or just buying them back real quick. Shall I see price just start taking off? I have no issue with that. At the end of the day, you're going to end up with a positive play, right? So, and then I just got positioned in AG. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on with precious metals, and I mean, it's a long story, but personally, I think financial system is not good. They color it very, very differently, right? But it's not well. So I'll just leave it at that. But here's the monthly in AG. It's looking nice here. The weekly, there was this was that silver squeeze in was it like February 2021, January, February 2021, towards the end of January, early February. The weekly here, this last week, looks like price got bought back up, right? To close out the week. So it's not looking bad. I mean, here's the daily. The daily came down to that mean, right? See, it had a good run from down here, February 4th. Did have a good little run. I mean, it was, I don't know what, I'm not going to count these real quick, but like what, 10, 11 days up, kind of pulled back into the mean. Came back up, kind of wants to come back to the mean. Can I go below the mean? Yeah, I can. Price pushes up, came right back, went below the mean. It jumped here, or not jumped, but it came in between the 34 and 50 cloud and shot back up. And so right now we're just above the 8-day moving average as far as Friday, right? Of course, this is Sunday night, just kind of going over these things, just getting my channel started. So yeah, so that's where we're at with this. And AG, yeah, like I said, I just started, but I'm in a long position. I wanted to get some of these calls here, Delta 20s. Just got my toes wet, 4 calls, I'm up $1. Just trying to position myself, at least give it some time. I think everybody knows how the metal sometimes can be, a little tough to trade sometimes. Then I think it was GDX that I also got positioned in. I'll just go over my play real quick here. These are the calls, and I just got positioned, on Friday towards the end of I'm up $11 right now. I mean, that's fine. It's no big deal. Here's the daily. Daily looks real good. There's a daily squeeze. This could be it. We could be approaching a move very, very soon now, right? And of course, anything can happen. You got to be ready for anything. So here's the monthly, just real quick here. Try to make this as short as possible. I'm almost at 15 minutes, but I'm going to try to cut it right here. Yeah, this will be the last one, GDX. So here's the monthly. So I don't know if it'll bust out, within the monthly or come back in and kind of get coiled up again, so we have to wait and see. So the monthly's looking good though. Weekly's looking pretty good. I mean, that gives you more or less an indication of what's going on in the monthly as we're close to busting out. Than the daily that we just saw right now. It's looking good. I mean, of course, we have this little high point, that one can look at for a little price base here, just see if we bust out. So we'll see, it's not bad. It's not bad. Not bad at all. So I'm kind of liking it. So I'll go ahead and cut it here. We're just under 16 minutes. So hopefully you guys like it, enjoy it, and I hope to put more content out there. And of course, subscribe, hit like, and whatnot, and let's see how we can get this thing growing together. Thank you.